All right, Larry Krueger with you on the Krug Show after 49er football with a little recap of everything that happened on a Sunday here at at Levi's. Well, the Rams got the win, 42-26. Niners just couldn't stop the Rams. Defense, the Niners offense looked pretty good. I mean, Mac Jones last week completed 79% of his passes. This week he completed 85% of his passes for well over 300 yards against the number one defense. Jones also, I mean, the 49ers scored 26 points against a really good Ram defense, but they gave up 42. And, they just had no answers, no pass rush. It's amazing. The 49ers needed pass rush, and then they didn't get any. And then it's amazing when you don't get the pass rush that you need, then you just can't rush the passer, and then you're not very good. And that's what happened in this game. They couldn't move Stafford off the spot. He sat back there and carved him up. Every single time he was looking for somebody, he found somebody. There was no pressure up front. He was sacked once all day, and he threw for 24 of 36 for 280 and 4 touchdowns. So Rams, Kyron Williams ran for over 6 yards a carry on the first drive. Devontae Adams wound up with a touchdown. Puka Nacua scored a touchdown. Colby Parkinson scored a touchdown. The Niners had no resistance. Niners have a very young secondary, and no pass rush up front is not a young secondary's friend, to say the least. So 49ers lose. Arizona's next. And 49ers fall to 6-4. They're 2-2 at home. Mac Jones was great. I mean, 33 of 39. You got to be kidding me. 85% completion percentage against this defense, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had the 1 pick. He wasn't sacked all day. Niners offensive line did a nice job. They kept him upright. But the 49ers couldn't run it. CMC averaged 2.5 yards a carry. Brian Robinson was a little bit better, but Jauan Jennings had a dismal performance, had a fumble, did score a touchdown, but JJ just looks like he's in a fog. The 49er defensive front is absolutely the least impact you're ever going to find. So there you go. Niners lose. They couldn't move Stafford off the spot. He carved him up, 42-26. We talked about it. It's like, hey, man, if they don't have any pass rush, Stafford's going to bust him for 40, and did. And the 49ers, even though the Rams have a good defense and the game got out of hand, the 49er offense still came to play. I mean, 26 points, well over 300 passing yards. Jones looked really, really good. So there were some positives, but unfortunately the 49ers lose and fall 42-26. All right, let's hear from some of the key components, some of the key contributors, I should say, after the game. And the first one we're going to listen to is George Kittle, talking a little bit about the Niners offense. And, Kittle always has a way of kind of summing things up. And here he is talking in the post game in the auditorium to all the media about the Niners offense and how he sees it.
What's up?
How tough was it to try to come back? And you guys did. When you guys were down 21-0, you guys made it a game, 1-score game, and then what happened after that?
What happened after that? We started the game off with a punt, a fumble, a 4th down turnover, a touchdown, and a punt. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, since I've been back, is that our team is going to have to rely on our really good veteran offense to score a lot of points and not turn the ball over. And we didn't really do that today. And so I think that's going to be the case moving forward. Our offense has to play at an incredibly high level. We have to score a lot of points. We have to not turn the ball over. And I think our defense is going to get better and better throughout the week because we still have a lot of young guys. We have a lot of guys missing. But we have to help out our defense. That's the way the season's going to go. Our offense has to play at a high level, efficient, not turn the ball over, score points, score in the red zone, and then we'll win a lot of games. But if we're not doing that, that's going to happen. What's up?
There you go. Very, very cut and dried. George didn't mince words there. It is true, though. I mean, the 49ers have a veteran offense. They got a young defense. Their veteran offense needs to carry the day. Can it, is the question. Can their veteran offense carry them? We know it has to, but I don't know if it's able to. Let's hear from Kyle Shanahan. He talked about Brock Purdy. A lot of questions after the game. What's Brock's status? Could he have played? Could you have used him as the backup? Lots of questions, lots of people asking the Purdy question. And here's Shanahan talking about his starting quarterback.
Was Brock debating the backup today?
He could have gone, definitely. I just decided to hold him, not put him in that situation.
I just feel Mac, he's probably never going to be 100% again this season. Is there, at some point, do you just have to play him knowing that he's not going to be 100%?
Yes, it depends on how close to 100% he gets. Our dilemma, or what we're trying not to do, is put him out in the situation we did versus Jacksonville 5 weeks ago or 6, whatever it was. So I do believe he's closer and further along than what he was at that time. So hopefully he'll have a chance this week.
How do you feel Mac Jones played today?
It seemed like he played really well. I thought he got rid of the ball, didn't get caught with it too much, got the ball to the right spots, and definitely gave us a chance to win.
Yeah, I mean, the Purdy thing really comes down to what's the impact of the turf toe injury on his skill set. And if there's very little impact, then put him out there. But there is significant impact. He doesn't have the same arm strength. He doesn't have the same accuracy. And maybe most obviously, he doesn't have the same escape ability. He has a 1.54 10-yard split. So he's really good at getting away. He's great at getting away from opposing defenses. When he doesn't have that element, he's not him. And he doesn't have that element right now. And so his ability to protect himself on the football field is really tied to that skill set. And he doesn't have that right now. So I think they're smart to not put him out there. He's just going to get killed. I mean, the bottom line is if you can't get away from the rush, then it's not even about the turf toe. It's about the next injury that's coming because you're going to get keyholed by 300-pound defensive linemen. And then you're going to have a dislocated shoulder. You're going to have a separated, broken clavicle or 5 broken ribs or, a dislocated kneecap. I mean, you're going to have something worse if you're out there playing behind when you're getting hit and you can't protect yourself, you can't escape. So I think the Niners are being smart. I really do. I think it's smart to hold Brock out because I don't think he can protect himself. And if he can't protect himself, you got to keep him off the field, period. So there's Shanahan on Purdy. Let's hear Kittle. Kittle talked about Mac Jones. You can tell that Kittle's very impressed by Mac Jones. And he was asked, did you think that when you guys signed Mac Jones that he was this good? Here's what George had to say.
Obviously, Mac at this point, I'm sure doesn't really surprise you. But, I mean, looking back to when he first got here, did you expect Mac Jones to be this good?
No, I did not. I did not. It's awesome. What a hell of a football player. I get why he was a first-round draft pick. 33 of 39, wherever the statistic was, that's a hell of a football game. Like, he is playing really well. He's not, dangerous with the football either. Like, he makes good throws. He forces a couple of, once in a while, but he's doing a great job. And, our offense isn't an easy offense for a quarterback. I think besides – quarterback and tight end, in my opinion, are the 2 hardest positions in our offense, just of what's asked of you on every single play. Learning the plays wise, you're just required to do so much. And Christian's up there too, because he does so much too. But for Mac to come in and just take control of the offense and play at a high level consistently, it's awesome. And it makes me really happy because I'm a huge fan of Mac Jones. He's hilarious. And I love playing football with him because you can tell he really loves the game.
You think about Mac Jones for a second. Kyle Shanahan had Matt Ryan. He won the MVP in his second year in the offense, but the first year he wasn't very good. So, there's a lot of volume in this offense. There's a lot of volume to what you got to learn. You got to be really smart. Mac Jones is really smart, and he's digested it quickly. He's probably playing as good or better than anybody except for Purdy, really, in this offense. Right away. That's the one thing. There wasn't, how is Mac going to play? Well, I thought he could play pretty well in this offense because Kyle's got a great offense and Kyle's a great play caller, but I didn't think it would happen this fast. And last week he completed 80% on the road against the G-men, and this week he completed 85% at home against this Rams defense. I mean, that's some pretty heady stuff. And for him to be able to do that, in his first year in this offense bodes well for what's coming down the pike. I think Mac Jones might be a real great fit for this offense, and it's going to be very interesting to see what the Niners do with him in time. Are they going to keep him? Are they going to move him? Are they going to move Purdy? I mean, it's this guy looks like a really good fit for this offense. So is Brock, but it's a pleasant problem to have, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that. All right. This 49er football season is presented by Sleeper. That's right, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the world. It's a one-stop shop. You get blazing fast news, real-time stats, group chats, season-long leagues, and, of course, Sleeper Picks. And we just put that on the screen. You have Sleeper Picks for daily fantasy. Use promo code Larry, Larry, and Sleeper will match your first deposit up to $100. Links in the description. Terms and conditions do apply. And thanks to Sleeper for being a proud sponsor of the Krug Show. All right, let's hear again from George Kittle. He was asked the tough question. And a lot of people want to ask the tough questions. And the tough question is, man, are you guys still a Super Bowl contender? What do you say, George? Let's see what George said.
I feel like this team has what it takes to make a deep run in the playoffs, or is that not your focus right now?
Ooh, both. Yes, I do. Like, I think we're incredibly talented, and we have guys on offense coming back, like we do. And like what our left guard, we had Barch and Burford play. So like whoever figures that part out, and we'll get some solidify. Yeah, let's go solidity. Thank you. And so like that will lock it in. And again, like Mac's been playing so well that people are like, oh yeah, controversy, stuff like this. Brock Purdy's an amazing quarterback, and that's why we paid him so much money. And then whenever we can get Ricky and, hopefully at some point Brandon back, like we have a lot of talent on this offense. And so I thoroughly believe that we can score a ton of points. And I really do also believe that our defense will just get a little bit better every single week. I truthfully do believe that. And they've just been taking haymakers year round with all the injuries. But I do. Saleh's such a good coach. He's going to bump those guys up. They're going to get some stops. And we just have to continue to score a lot of points and not turn the ball over. And our special teams is still playing really well. Like Sky Moore is he's got a house one here soon. Him and Brian, they're both doing a great job. Thank you.
I agree with his comment about Sky Moore. I do think Sky Moore is going to take one to the house because he goes super hard and he's only like one guy away. He's getting really close. It's always great to hear Kittle because Kittle's so positive. Let's hear from Jauan Jennings. He did not go to the podium, but he did address the media at his locker. Wasn't a great performance from JJ. He had a key fumble in this one, and he talked about it afterwards.
When you fumbled on the second series, just how hard
Yeah.
is that to get through? And that's what happened on that play.
It's tough, man. Tough one. Just super tough. I take it very hard on myself. So,
How do you block that out?
you won't see another fumble. How about that?
What's that?
You won't see another fumble. How about that?
There you go.
Gotta love JJ. He's kind of a bottom line oriented guy. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great performance. He was holding it loosely, got it popped out, and there was a kick. It was a crusher. It was a crushing 49ers. That was the last thing they needed right there was a turnover, and that's what happened. So, the one thing with JJ is almost guaranteeing. He's like, I'm not going to turn it over again. I like that. He's like challenging himself to not do it again the rest of the year, which is cool. I like that. All right, that's going to do it for us. Niners next week will take on the Cardinals, and we'll see if they can bounce back against the Cardinals. The Cardinals have Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, not Kyler Murray. He's a little bit more of a pocket passer, so you know where he's going to be. He's not as apt to run, but he's also probably a better passer than Murray, and they seem to have good chemistry, Brissett and the offensive weapons. So that's next week's challenge. 49ers looking to bounce back. They lose this one 42-26. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Thanks to Sleeper for sponsoring this video. And thanks to all of you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.